Let's talk about codes and conventions. I created a WhatsApp group chat between Joe, Abby, and myself. This helped massively as it allowed us all to be given an equal amount of input and finalise and perfect the end result. However, this was time consuming as I had to get the right ideas from other A-level media films. Furthermore, to expand my research, I also watched many YouTube videos that in detail told me the specific codes and conventions that are shown typically in thriller films. We had time to prepare, meaning that I looked through stereotypical character profiles for main antagonists in thrillers and what traits they portray. The representations I found were strong, independent, masculine, unattractive, and monstrous overall. In addition, another big decision was the choice of sound, as we couldn't copyright another composition of music. So I came to the decision to use a website called Royalty Free Music, where I chose a piece of a soundtrack that fit perfectly with the atmosphere that was portrayed in specific scenes showed to the audience. The decision I made was a dark, twisted piece of music that created a sense of suspense and uncomfort that symbolised the cold-hearted mind of the main character. The mise-en-scène was another important factor that was considered. A prop that we decided to use that created a sympathetic gesture was a torch. The reason for this was because it showed to the audience that the helpless character that was being strangled had given up and in fact stopped breathing. The way in which we showed this was from the shot of the object falling out of her hand, then rolling across to the floor. Another prop that we used was a shovel. This was near the end of the opening that created a feeling to the audience of hopelessness. It was then my decision to choose the location where our opening would be shot. I decided to show our audience our opening under a bridge during the night time. The reason I chose this specific place was because it has a legend behind it, and that if you stand under it whilst the train passes over you, a demon comes to haunt you. I thought this would scare our audiences to show them how committed we were to embed into their minds a dark and haunted atmosphere from the very start. Finally, the films that inspired my idea of the antagonist in Faulty Perception was the main characters from Shutter Island and American Psycho. I realised that both them characters are psychologically unable to live a normal life. After watching the films, I looked at the reviews from other viewers in the past, and I can honestly say that 80% of the comments were written about the main character, and how well the specific trait and personality was successfully depicted. That gave me the idea instantly of how I wanted the antagonist to be demonstrated in Faulty Perception.